And welcome to the Invention Licensing Show. I'm your host, David Fido, and I'm here to help you license your invention. And today we're going to be talking about how to get your highest possible royalty rate while negotiating your deal. So to jump right in and getting your product licensed for the best possible royalty rates, it's a matter of asking really, really good questions. And I want to give you some examples to get you right into how to increase that royalty right away. So when I was doing a deal for one of my products, early on in the conversation, I asked them very good questions. And those questions were, well, I'll tell you, I'll walk you through the line of thinking of how it all happened. So I had developed marketing material, protected my product, found companies that I wanted to pitch to, and I started the pitching process. Got in front of them and submitted my marketing material. Company emailed me back and said, "We're interested. We'd like to see a prototype." So my protocol, what I do, I pick up the phone and I give them a call and have a conversation with them about how we're going to move this forward. But not only that, I ask them very good questions because at that point they are courting you. They're trying to bring you into their world. And so they're trying to be not only impressive, but give you the information that you want. See, that changes. Once you go into negotiation mode, they become very closed off. So in that very first conversation, you get the opportunity to ask really good questions and draw out some amazing information. One of the things that I asked was, have you licensed a product before? Because I want to know if they had a great experience or a bad experience. Because if they had a great experience, I want to copy that. I want to make that exactly the same. If they had a bad experience, I want to stay as far away from it as I possibly could. So I asked, the guy's name was Victor. And I still submit products to him today. And so I asked Victor, I was like, "You guys licensed products before?" He's like, "Yeah, we have. It went really well." Just came right out and told me. So we're still paying the inventor royalties. It's a great product for us. We're making money. And I said, "Well, what did that deal look like?" And he started explaining how they put the deal together and how it all worked out for them. And so I said, "Well, what was the royalty rate on that?" And to mind you, a good royalty rate is 3 to 5% in the category I was in. 7% is amazing. And so I was, when I was in their pitching, I was thinking, man, if they ask me what royalty rate, I'm going to go for 7% and see if I can get that. But I asked good questions. So when I asked Victor, what did that deal look like? What was the royalty rate? He said, "Oh, it was great. It worked out well. We did that deal at 12%. Right, jaw hit the floor. Could not believe it. So right then and there, I got the opportunity to give myself a 5% raise by asking a very good question. 3-4 weeks go by. We're actually in negotiation. We're discussing what royalty rate that I wanted. They asked me, pointed, "What royalty rate do you want?" I said, "Well, would 12% work for you guys?" They said, "Yep, that'd be great." And here I was about to go in for a 7% royalty. I would have lost out on 5% of that deal if I wouldn't have asked that good question. And so that's one of the tips and tricks, or the secret to getting a higher royalty rate. It's asking those very good questions and finding out, have they done deals before? What royalty rate are they comfortable with? And so sometimes companies are not eager to discuss previous experiences. They're not open to letting you know what other deals were, sometimes because they're under NDA. Which that's perfectly okay. So when you ask them, what did that deal look like? And they say, hey, it was good, but that's all they give you. That's okay. We don't need to pry any further. Because once we actually get into negotiation, we can still ask them pretty good questions. And some of those questions are, what royalty rate do you feel comfortable at? Because if they fire first, or they put the first offer on the table, then you get to negotiate upward. Because if you come in with a royalty rate request that is too high, then you're out of the ballpark. And then it's too far for them to reach, and it becomes unrealistic for them to jump that high. And so when you get them to fire first, let's say they come in at a 3% offer. I wanted a little bit higher. So I use another negotiating trick that gets me to raise my royalty rate even higher than a regular typical inventor that goes in to negotiate, because I've had experience of this. I've negotiated tons of my own deals. I've helped coach other people. And so this is a tried and true method that hundreds of people have gone through to raise their royalty rate. So this is secret number 2 of how to raise your royalty rate to the highest possible point. So when they give you that low ball offer, you can come back and you have to remember that realistic inventor, the person that's going to be able to work with them. So I come back and I say, oh, well, thank you for that. I was really hoping for a 9% offer. And I see, 9% and 3% were very far off. So, I'll be, flexible. Would you guys be able to do a 7% royalty? And what that does psychologically is you put the top end of the negotiation at 9%, but you're not asking for 9%. You're just saying, that's where I was hoping to be. But I'm willing to be flexible. I'm willing to be open. And so then that brings up your request at 7% is completely realistic because you're already coming down. And so then your request at 7% is they should have some flexibility. It's human psychology to want to split the difference and become agreeable. And so especially because licensees, they're looking to be partners with you. They're not looking to screw you over. They're looking to make a long-term business relationship. So they want things like that to work out well. And so when you come in with that high request, hey, I was originally thinking 9%, but I realize that that's too far of a stretch. Would you be able to do 7%? I'm trying to be flexible here. And that pulls them upward. And even if it gets them from 3 to 5%, getting yourself a 2% raise can even be, 6 figures every year you have that licensing deal. So it's very, very important to put those good questions out there and get what you need early on in terms of information if you can. And if you don't, use secret number 2 on how to pull that royalty rate upward so that you get the deal that you're looking for and you can make the money that you'd like to make out of your product. And thank you for tuning in to the Invention Licensing Show. I am your host, David Theodore, and I'm always here to help you license your product. If you got anything out of that show, if you want to get that highest possible royalty rate, subscribe now. And for our next episode is no patent, no problem. I want to show you how I got 5 licensing deals signed without a patent and how I've coached hundreds of people how to do the exact same thing.